Welcome to A Call to Action. It's a series presented by Great Eastern Radio and Brattleboro Community Television. We're covering many different topics from the deployment of the CARES Act to COVID by numbers. Today we're talking with Nicole Reisman from Nicole's Community Kitchen. I'm Peter Fishcase. Nicole, welcome to A Call to Action.
Thank you so much for having me, Peter. I'm happy to be here.
So I've been tracking you since this whole thing started, and this lady started cooking meals that were heat and eat, right? Have I got that right?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started and the numbers weren't so big, I delivered hot meals to people. But the last time I attempted that, I think that was in March, and I did a Thanksgiving meal for everyone out of my apartment kitchen, and that was 70 people.
Wow.
And I thought, never again.
Yeah.
I've got to find a space. But so now, they're not cold because I do deliver to a lot of people that are currently in the local motels and hotels, and they don't have an ability to reheat. So I really make every effort I can to have it as warm as possible.
All right, that's wonderful. Um, so the title, the moniker, the People's Chef, has been thrown around. Now, explain that to me. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, someone made me that logo and said the People's Chef on there, and it was so sweet. And I asked if I could use it, and she said yes. So she came up with that, but I like it. And
Yeah.
I do want to cook, for everyone. So it's appropriate.
So let's talk about where you were and what you were doing at the beginning of March. We don't actually need to get into super specifics, but safe
Sure.
to say you weren't cooking copious amounts of food for people that you don't know, or maybe you were, but maybe in a salaried position. I mean, you're a chef by trade.
Yes.
All right.
And I started doing this before COVID, but just on a very small scale. I would go into a group on Facebook and just ask people, so I would cook for maybe 8 to 12 people on a regular basis. But what I was doing professionally is just private chef work. So going to homes and executing a dinner party, or I do something that I call stock the fridge. So I go in and I prepare meals that are bespoke to that family and make sure that they have everything they're going to need for the week.
Okay. Um, so that's what you were doing in March, and then COVID comes along, and now you're cooking roughly how many meals a week are you? And you deliver these meals too, we should say, correct?
Oh, yeah. I have an amazing team of volunteer delivery drivers, and it's usually about 4 or 5 people, and they split it up according to the area and get it out there. It's amazing. This is definitely, a community project. It's not just me. I've got a lot of people, helping in so many ways.
Right. Now, one of your concerns is, and I know John Julian from the Top of the Hill Grill has been allowing you to use his kitchen space, but now, now he's reopening. He's going to need that back.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your next concern.
Well, I'm right now, because they haven't started 7 days a week, I'm only able to cook one day a week out of there. So, but that soon will end. So, I'm trying to find a home for the community kitchen that will allow me to do 2 plus more meals a week. I had someone from COA campground in Dummerston has offered to donate their food trailer, and which is unbelievable. So
Right.
I'm waiting for some pictures of that, and maybe that's something I'll be able to do. But once again, I have to find a place to put it.
Right. Yeah.
But
That's always been an issue. So how many? So you're doing this one day a week?
right now, as of last week,
Yep.
I started doing one day a week because of
Okay.
Top of the Hill. So I want to continue to do 2 meals a week, but I'd like to do even more. So
Right.
it just depends on what sort of space I find and what, their requirements are. The great thing about this is we can be totally flexible.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
Great. Begs the question, um, how is this all getting funded? I mean, this is, I mean, I'm sure donations come in, but I mean, this is a big, how many, we didn't actually answer the question. How many meals a week are you doing?
Uh, about 300.
Wow. Really? I,
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
it was a big number. I didn't realize it was that big of a number. So, which let me, I don't know if asking the question louder will put more of an emphasis on it, but where do you get the funding?
Well, I started because it was such a small scale, I was funding it. But
Right.
then, the numbers just blew up and I couldn't do that. And I had the United Way of Windham County reach out to me
Okay.
and offer me a grant, which was brilliant. And that was the start of it. And then I started a GoFundMe for Nicole's Community Kitchen. And I think I've had a bit over $4,000 in donations.
Okay.
Prior to the GoFundMe, I had people contacting me asking me for my address so they could send, donations by check. Everyone has been incredibly supportive. I think I've gotten about $6,000, $7,000 in total in donations thus far.
Right. But I mean,
The meals, sorry, the
no,
meals
go ahead.
themselves typically cost about $300 to $400 per meal for 150 people. And I had World Centric donate the containers, the clamshell containers, and I had to pay for the shipping. And then I bought bags, but I also had the porch. Um, they donated a bunch of bags. So,
Okay.
there is additional cost to the food, but I'm able to keep that to a minimum.
Yeah. So, I mean, so obviously, anything that the community can do, anybody listening to this, anybody watching this, um, what are the things that you need? Let's get it out there. Let's put it out there.
Awesome, thank you. Well, I mean, carry bags
Yeah.
are always needed, ideally paper with handles. I'm starting to run low on that. I'm good on the clamshells because they sent me 5 cases of that. So I've still got quite a few, but we're doing a lot of numbers and it goes quickly. So always happy to get more. At first people were donating, any leftover proteins they had or produce or anything like that. But, right now with the numbers that I'm doing, it's difficult for me to accept like a 4-pack of chicken thighs.
Right.
So, things like staples, non-perishables, like black peppercorns, chicken stock. I mean, if I can get into a space and make my own chicken stock, then that's what I'm going to do. But right now, I could use the unsalted boxes of chicken stock. I use a lot of that. Other things that I use often, rice, unsalted butter, kosher salt, um, things like that.
Some of the just the basic. I am no chef, and I make I literally I can put toast in a toaster. I can scramble an egg, and then that's about the end. So I'm always envious, and my wife is a tremendous cook, and so I'm always envious of people who can just throw together meals like you do, like she does. Um, so all those basic kind of spices and things like that, like the salt, the pepper, stuff that
Right.
will have some shelf life is really good. How about
Yeah.
how about volunteers? How are you doing for volunteers?
We're doing fine right now. Um, Tony Duncan is my volunteer delivery driver coordinator, and he seems to, really hustle and find the drivers that are required. Um, right now, I cook all the food by myself, and then at around 1 o'clock, John Julian's son and his partner come in and help me package everything up, put it out in front of the grill for the delivery drivers to come and collect. And then I also have a section where it's pickup. So some people do come and pick it up.
Oh, nice.
So right now we're all set. But as I said, I want to do more. And with that will mean more volunteers will be needed.
So have you collaborated with any of the like the Vermont Food Bank, Groundworks Collaborative, all these other folks that are doing like the larger share of getting food to people?
I haven't spoken to Vermont Food Bank, but I certainly should. And Groundworks has been amazing, and they donated uh, a large pork roast that I used. Um, yeah, there's a lot more that needs to happen. Um, with the volunteers, I do need people that could help with marketing, fundraising, grant writing, and I want to also hold an auction. So anyone that out there that could help me with the auction, that would be incredible. And if people want to donate items for the auction, that would be amazing. My initial thought is I'm going to auction my services.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll cook, stock your fridge, or we'll do a dinner party in the future. Or if you have the space, we can do an outdoor event with social distancing.
Okay. So which brings me to my next question. I mean, is this, have you found your life's mission? Is this what you want to do?
It is. It really is. I have to figure out a way to support myself, but nothing has brought me as much joy as feeding this community.
So
Really
right now, you're not taking a dime for anything. This is just all from your heart.
Right. Correct.
Good for you. Good for you. Although, at some point in time, we don't want to find you in a situation where you have to be accepting the services that you're giving. So it would be nice for this community to kind of rally behind that. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I guess the dream for me would be to have like a little shop with a kitchen where I could make prepared foods, for people and that they would purchase, but that I would also always have the community kitchen element to it. So there would be like a case with free food that anybody that needed it could come and get it.
Okay. That would be the ideal situation for sure. So Nicole, the best place to find out more information about what you're doing and the services that you're providing, where I didn't even check to see if you had a website.
I don't, and I am not computer savvy. So that's another thing that I could use a volunteer with.
Right.
Currently, I do it all on Facebook. I have a group called Nicole's Community Kitchen, and I post in there. I post in the Brattleboro, Vermont groups, the Buy Nothing Windham County, and Putney groups.
Right. Okay. Excellent. So using social media is basically how you've been getting the word out.
Yes, absolutely.
And I just want to circle back to the fact that we are now looking for a new kitchen space for you.
Yes, definitely.
All right. So best way to get a hold of you?
Chef Nicole Reisman, NicoleReisman @gmail.com.
Okay, I'll make sure that it's in the description of the video and the podcast when we release that. So
Thank you.
If you want to make a contribution, let's email Nicole. Nicole, anything that we're leaving out here I mean, there's a lot going on. And first of all, let me just thank you on behalf, well, for me and this community for this just sort of, this has just been grassroots, filling a need, giving people good, wholesome food that's just cooked right from your soul. I know that my wife and I and my dad would all cook meals for the overflow, and my wife would put out a spread. And when you cook from your heart, it just means the world to the people who are receiving it. And I think that that is the niche that you have filled. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm
So
loving it.
good, good for you. And did we leave anything out? Is there any other information that we need to push for you?
I don't think so. I just, want to say thank you all so much for welcoming me in this community, and I'm excited to be here, and I'm not going anywhere.
Good, good, because we need good people around, and you're one of the good ones. Nicole Reisman,
Thank you.
thank you for jumping on a call to action today and telling us your story.
Thank you so much. Take care.